Good evening, everyone. I'm Sean Nicole Timausing, Chapter 11, Counterintelligence, Part 2. Passive defensive. It refers to a counterintelligence measure that seeks to conceal information from enemy. Passive counterintelligence measure can be rapidly put in SOP from implementation regardless out of the specific nature of the unit mission. Ito yung mga tumutukoy sa mga kontra-intelligence na hakbang na nagdalayong itago ang mga impormasyon mula sa kaaway. Ang mga passive counterintelligence na mga hakbang ay maaring mabilis na mailagay sa SOP. Yung SOP nga pala means is Standard Operating Procedure. Hakbang na maaring mabilis na mailagay sa SOP para sa pagpapatupad ng anumang partikular na katangian ng mission. Number 2. Active offensive. It refers to counterintelligence measure that seek to actively block the enemy attempt to gain information or actively block the enemy efforts to engage espionage, sabotage of subversion. These include the different measures in counterintelligence, such as detection, prevention, and neutralization. Ito yung mga tumutukoy sa mga hakbang na kontra-intelligente na naglalayong aktibong harangin ang mga pagtatangka ng kaaway o mga kaaway o kalaban na gustong makakuha ng mga impormasyon o aktibong harangin ang mga pagsisikap ng kaaway na makasali sa espiya, sabotahe o subversion. Types of countermeasures. Types of counterintelligence measure. The measure are the types of counterintelligence measure. Dental measures. Here are the actively in relation to denial measure. A. Secrecy discipline. This is the process of observing the policy rule and regulation concerning secrecy discipline, especially by the human resources, and which considered as the weakest link in the field of counterintelligence. Yung mga yung sa secrecy discipline pala, yung mga patakaran at regulasyon sa tungkol sa mga secrecy discipline, lalo na sa mga human resources, at itinuturing na pinakamahina na link sa larangan ng counterintelligence. B. Document security. This is the protection of classified information or materials from unauthorized to individual person or group of person who do not have the need to know or without the proper security clearance. Yung dapat yung mga klasipikadong papel ay maproteksyonan at classified na informasyon o material mula sa mga hindi otorisadong mga tao, individual na tao o grupo. Hindi kailangan alam o walang wastong seguridad na clearance. Dapat dito po sir yung yung halimbawa po sa Malacanang, dapat hindi po agad-agad makakapasok ang mga normal na tao hanggat wala silang otoridad o clearance na makapasok dito. Camouflage and concealment. Camouflage is a method of hiding people or things by disguising them or covering them so as to look like a surrounding, while concealment is hiding or keeping things in secrecy. Ito po yung isang paraan ng pagtatago ng mga tao o bagay sa pamamagitan ng pagbabalat kayo sa kanila o pagtatakip sa kanilang pagtatakip sa kanila upang maging kamukha ng paligid habang ang pagtatago o palihim ng mga bagay. Ito po yung halimbawa, sir, nasa naggigera po sa damuhan, sir. Dapat po, ibig sabihin ng camouflage and concealment camouflage, dapat po, kunwari yung damo, sir, malalaki, kulay green, dapat kalokalike ng outfit mo po yung suot mo po para hindi ka po mahalata ng kalaban o makita ka agad. D. Military censorship. This require examination of letters or any forms of communication, either electronic, in soft and hard copy, to prevent unauthorized disclosure of document and material. Nangangailangan ito ng pagsusuri sa mga liham o anumang paraan ng komunikasyon. Alinman sa elektroniko, soft copy man o hard copy, upang maiwasan ang hindi otorisadong pagsisiwalat ng mga dokumento at materials. Counter reconnaissance. It is process of determining whether the adversaries in counterintelligence are involved in unlawful activities purposely to obtain useful information regarding the government, armed force, police, and other law enforcement agencies. Ito yung proseso na pagtutukoy kung ang mga kalaban sa kontra-intelihensya ay kasangkot sa mga aktibidad na labag sa batas na sadyang gustong kumuha ng kapaki-pakinabang na impormasyon tungkol sa gobyerno. Two, detection measures. Here are the activities relatively with this detection measure. A. Personnel security investigation. These are made possible prior to the issuance of security clearance to organic personnel of Armed Forces of the Philippine National Police, and law enforcement agencies, which thus granting the personnel named therein to have access with classified document, information, or materials. Ito ay ginagawang posible bago ang pag-i-issue ng security clearance sa mga organikong tauhan ng AFP, PNP at LEA na nagbibigay sa mga tauhan na nangangailangan dun sa magkaroon ng access sa mga classified na dokumento, impormasyon o materyales. B. Document security. This is type detection measures that deal with the protection of classified information or materials from wrong hands as byproduct as espionage, infiltration, subversion, and defection of misguided elements. Ito yung mga uri ng hakbang sa pagtuklas sa mga tumatalakay sa mga tumatalakay sa mga impormasyon ng classified na impormasyon o materials na mula sa mga maling kamay bilang mga byproduct ng espiya at infiltration, subversion at infection ng mga misguided elements. C. Reconnaissance. It is a survey or close examination of an area for obtaining useful information regarding enemy troops, including their activities that are important value to the counterintelligence operation spearheaded by the police, armed force, or the government. Deception 3. Deception measures. Here are the activities related with deception measures. A. Rule to dodge and get out of the way, or a trick. This is a specific type of deception measures to prevent the adversaries in counterintelligence profession of detecting the presence of operative within a given area of operation and intelligence interest. B. Dodge to avoid detection by suddenly moving side. This is a specific type of deception measures employed by the counterintelligence operatives by allowing the opponent to take his or her place, taking into consideration the procedure for safe departure. Commandments in counterintelligence. 1. Be offensive. Counterintelligence that is passive will fail. There is no to hunker down in a defensive mode and wait for things to happen and to spend too much money on fences, safe alarm, and other purely defensive measures to protect secret. Mabibigo ang mga counterintelligence na passive. Hindi nila kailangan hunker down sa mga isang defensive mode at maghintay para sa mga bagay na mangyayari at gumastos ng masyadong maraming pera sa fences at safes, alarma at iba pang mga purong pagtatanggol sa mga hakbang upang maprotektahan ang mga lihim. Honor the profession. Many of the best people in the intelligence community avoid becoming counterintelligence specialists because of profession is not prestigious and it has a bad reputation. Marami sa pinakamahusay na taon sa intelligence community ang umiiwas sa maging isang counterintelligence specialist dahil ang profesyon ay hindi prestiyoso at ito ay may masamang reputasyon. Own the street. This is so fundamental in counterintelligence, but is probably the least followed of the commandments. Any counterintelligence program worth of the name has to be able to engage the opposition on the street and field of play to espionage. Napakahalaga nito sa counterintelligence dahil marahil ang mga pinakakaunti sa mga kautusan anumang programang kontra-intelihensya na karapat-dapat na pangalan dapat hindi makahikayat ng oposisyon sa daan o kalye ang larangan ng paglalaro. 4. Know the history. Counterintelligence is difficult and dangerous discipline. Many good, well-meaning counterintelligence people have gone wrong and made horrendous mistake. Their failure is most cases are well documented, but the lesson will be lost if the intelligence agent will not read the counterintelligence literature. Yung counterintelligence ay mahirap na at mapanganib na pagdidisiplina. Maraming magaling na counterintelligence na mga tao ang nagkamali at nakagawa ng mga kakilakilabot na pagkakamali. Ang kanilang mga kabiguan ay karamihan sa mga kaso ay mahusay na dokumentado, ngunit ang aral ay mawawala kung ang ahente ng paniniktik ay hindi magbasa ng counterintelligence literature. Do not ignore analysis. Analysis to often been the stepchild of counterintelligence operation. However, throughout the counterintelligence community, it is fairly consistent understaffed and has tried to make this as it goes along. Do not be parochial. Probably more harm has been done to counterintelligence over the years by inter interagency sniping and abstraction done by the enemies. If the law enforcement and intelligence agencies are not coordinating with each other and both has brought discredit to the military intelligence service. 7. Train the people. Counterintelligence is a distinct discipline and an acquired skill. It is automatically infused when the counterintelligence agent gets the wings as the cases officers. It has to be learned by training experience. Yung mga counterintelligence ay isang katangian ng disiplina at isang makukuhang kasanayan ito at hindi otomatikong nilalagay kapag ang mga ahente ng kontra-intelihensya ay makukuha ang mga pakpakbilang upang opisyal ng kaso. 8. Do not be shoved aside. There are people, intelligence, business who do not particularly like counterintelligence agent. Counterintelligence agent have a mixed reputation and the problem are everywhere. They can be overzealous. The intelligence agents can get in the way of operation and can cause headaches. They are the original black haters. May mga taong intelligence business na hindi particular gusto ang mga counterintelligence agent. Yung mga ahente ng counterintelligence ay may magkahalong reputasyon at problema ay nasa lahat ng dako. Yun yung sa do not be shoved aside. Do not stay too long. Counterintelligence is a hazardous profession. There should be warning on the walls. It is not believed that anyone should make an entire uninterrupted career of counterintelligence. All who works in counterintelligence have been seen in sensible and productive counterintelligence need a lot of ventilation and fresh thinking. Number 10. Never give up. The 10th commandments is the most important. The same of the game in counterintelligence is persistence counterintelligence investigation, alive and sustained the next defectors, the next penetration, the next tip, the next surveillance, or the next clue will break for it. Ang ikasampung utos ang pinakamalaga dahil ang mga pangalan sa laro ng counterintelligence ay pagpupursigi. Ang pagsisiyasat ng kontraintelihensya ay buhay at matagal ang susunod na defector, ang susunod na pagtagos, susunod na tip, ang pagsusunod na pagsubaybay o ang susunod na clue ay masisira para dito. Limitation in counterintelligence. Legal provision or the law, constitutional, penal, and special law, directives, and circular emanating from national government and the counterparts local government. 2. Rules and regulation governing the Philippine National Police, PNP, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, AFP, and other law enforcement agencies. 3. Standard Operating Procedures, SOP, promulgated by the Philippine National Police, PNP, Armed Forces of the Philippines, AFP, and other law enforcement agencies, LE, LEA. Thank you and good night.